Hello and welcome back to War Sails and our Death for All playthrough. So we have a war declaration against the Vlandians here. We are immediately going to say yes to this. I'm not even going to bother really voting for it. There's no real need for me to do that super badly, even though actually, funnily enough, my relation with Caladog is apparently pretty low for some reason. Well, I say low when it's actually at 74. 74 is perfectly fine and actually a pretty respectable amount. But kind of weird considering we've been only very nice to him. But yeah, anyway, obviously we have trickle down here. I'm not going to be taking trickle down. I think I'm probably just going to take man of means. Trickle down is very, very good, as you can see right here, if you are going to plan on spending any money whatsoever. I could potentially do this if I'm planning on buying some weapons or armor or anything like that in the future. But I'm thinking man of means right now. I'm thinking man of means because we might come across some minor factions or something like that, and we might try to maybe do something with them. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. So we are now at war against the Vlandians, and I think the best course of action for me right now is to try and take Ostrakan. I know that sounds kind of weird, but maybe not, because think about it. We have Rovolt, right? We have Rovolt, so it makes sense for us to go for a little bit of a fief close by, because it's very, very likely that the Britannians will give that to us. And as you can see, there we go, our first grandchild has actually been born as well. Extremely, extremely nice. And before we actually do anything with Ostrakan, I'm actually just going to go in here real fast and actually see if I need to sell anything. I think I should probably also buy some food. Alright, so before we do anything else, I just want to show you that we're going to get 38,000 for this, and also I want to show you our setup here with many of our people. You can see here that Fea, our wife, is doing absolutely fantastic. She's got some pretty good gear now, actually. Pelisor obviously has very, very nice stuff too, as you see there. And then obviously we have Pelisor's wife as well, and she really only needs a helmet. I think that's pretty much all she really needs. I mean, I have looked around. I did see a helmet for 116,000, which would have given her about 50 protection or something like that, which would have been pretty nice. Obviously, you can see here we could buy something for 63,000 if we wanted to. Shall we buy something for 63? Yeah, why not? So let's buy something for 63,000, even though it's extremely overpriced. But, you know, might as well, right? Might as well. Anyway, we're going to decrease relation here, or we're going to increase relation here. I'm going to increase relation here, thank you very much. And also increase the prosperity of the place as well, which is actually extremely nice. Okay, so you could see here we are now at 275 in trade. I'm hopeful we'll be able to get to 300. It's going to be a bit of a slog, unfortunately, to get there. It's going to take quite some time. And steward skill is almost there too. I'd like to get leadership skill to 275 as well. That would increase our party capacity by a very, very significant amount. So it would be very nice to get that. But it is, yeah, it's going to be one of those times where we just kind of have to make do with what we have, I guess. Anyway, let's hope that we're going to be left alone for the most part here. I am going to obviously attempt to try and build as many of these siege engines as we can, just to try to increase my engineering skill rather dramatically. I have to be a little bit careful here as well, because obviously I'm actually playing the game at 16 times speed or something like that, because I have the better time mod installed. And if you don't know what that does, well, basically it just allows you to have an extra fast forward button instead of just a regular fast forward button. So it's able to, you know, speed up the speed of the game dramatically in comparison, because obviously if you're thinking about any kind of significant time expense, as in if you're waiting for something, then having better time installed really does make a huge difference and allows you to pretty easily kind of relax a little bit, so you don't have to waste a massive amount of time. And as you can see right here, Athlian has advanced. She is our she's our daughter, or yeah, she's our daughter actually. So let's have a look here. Well, I actually have no idea what we want her to have. I guess virile, I don't know. And we might want to go for Warlord here, 30% more influence from battles. I mean, this does not matter in any way right now, to be honest, but I guess we'll take that. And the thing is, I think we will go, as I say, for a little bit of trade skill. We obviously want medicine skill as well. It very much depends on whether that's actually going to be something that we really, really badly want to go for. In general, I'm not entirely sure. I guess we should, right? I guess we should. And we'll just go for 7 intelligence right there. Let's go for a little bit more in cunning as well. I'd actually like her to be relatively good at scouting skill. So we will be doing that. There we have it. Okay. So we're just going to continue with this, and we'll just very much hope that we're not going to get absolutely beset upon by a massive... Ah, there they are. All right. Okay, that is kind of what I was anticipating. I was really very much thinking that they were going to be arriving sometime soon. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to tackle these guys. Not with 760. If they had about... if they had 500, we'd be more likely to be able to do it. But even then, it would be very, very difficult. We could potentially do something if I had my ship here, which kind of makes me think that maybe what I should do is... Do we have a coastal town? Oh, yeah, Seth is the closest one to us. That's kind of annoying. You know what? I should probably go over to... buy another ship. It's kind of annoying that we have to buy another ship, to be honest. I don't really want to do that, if I'm honest. Let's just do this. Get some relation with this guy. We now have 100 with him. I think we already had 100 with him, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. We got a nice little trade agreement right there as well. Very nice. And yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of an issue because Britannia isn't really known for having super, super good ships available. So I'm a little bit worried about this, because if I do go here and actually have a look... yeah, I'm just going to call for the fleet real fast. There we go. They've already arrived. Alright, so let's have a look. Maybe we're going to be able to utilize some here. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, very, very few. I could get some cogs, I guess. I mean... I guess... Kind of. I mean, it's 60 every single time, right? 60 every single time. That's kind of decent-ish. Yeah, alright, fine. And we could go for a trade cog here as well if we wanted to, because the trade cog does actually provide us with 11,000 cargo capacity, so I'm kind of thinking we'll do that. We are over the carry limit, apparently, it still says, which is kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening, but okay. Let's set sail here. Are we still over the carry limit? I hope not. But yeah, now we're going to have some really weird things, because shipmaster skill is going to be leveling up massively. Okay, yeah, so this is now a bit of a problem, because we're going to be receiving a huge amount of marriage proposals, and we really don't want to give away our daughter, do we? No, we don't want to give away our daughter. So Athenian of the Bear-Tilled will join them. No, we don't want that. Thank you very much. I would like to go and fight these sea raiders if at all possible. We're moving pretty fast, actually. Yeah, we're not moving terribly bad. Oh, another clan has just been destroyed. Let's actually just move over to Ostracan real fast, because this is obviously the entire reason why we did this. I could potentially attack this armed convoy. Do I want to do that? Okay, no way. They are way too fast. Okay, never mind. Let's not do that then. We did get bosun skill already to 25. That is really, really fast. Let's just try to reduce the repair cost here. Let's get Old Salt's Touch. That's going to be extremely nice. Hopefully, being able to move much faster will make a big difference for us. And okay, shall we try it? No, they're way too quick. They're way too quick, unfortunately. I don't have the ability to fight these guys. Thankfully, the Britannians are doing an extremely good job of besieging over there at Callias Castle. I'm going to do this really, really cool thing that we did beforehand in one of our previous series, where we actually had a really, really nice strategy for luring the opponent into battles that they possibly can't really handle. Now, every single time we do this little engagement here, we do have the ability to increase our engineering skill, and we also, hopefully, will reduce some of the wonderful, wonderful food supplies that they have in the garrison here. Okay, Lucand is here. I'd like to fight him if at all possible. Oh, hello? Okay, whoa, wait a minute. Are you coming out? No, he's not. He's not coming out. Why? Why is he not coming out with the garrison? That's a bit of a weird decision to make, isn't it? Okay, I was kind of thinking that he would just, you know, go straight on in there, but apparently he decided not to. Okay, so we have Pelisor with us, and we obviously have our daughter-in-law as well. This is probably not the best idea. I'm going to say this now. It's probably not the best idea to have her actually in the battle with us. I think that's probably a mistake, to be honest, but yeah, I should probably put them in the town, to be honest, shouldn't I? But the main thing is that this is not a particularly dangerous battle. But I am a bit worried, you see. I'm a bit worried about going into these battles and still potentially getting them killed. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to just absolutely slaughter everyone in sight and we're going to be okay across the board. I mean, that could be what happens, right? You know, we're not going to have any major issues. Are we? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. It's more than likely that we will in some cases. Okay, so let's actually move these guys over here, move these guys over there. I don't actually have any horse archers, unfortunately, so I won't be able to utilize those too dramatically. Do I have any horse archers? Oh, no, I actually do. I have 11. Never mind. Let's actually go and tell them to charge in then. Let's go and tell them to actually auto-delegate so that they can just do their wonderful little harassment. This is generally what the AI tends to do as well, and usually I'd say, oh no, that's a bad idea. Yes, it's a bad idea for the AI to do this, but actually it's not even terribly bad. It's just the AI sometimes just jump the gun really, really badly. Thankfully, my forces are indeed getting into position, which is exactly what we want. We want them to get into position. Hopefully we can use the distraction to get into position. Oh. Am I dead? No? Okay, I'm alive. Okay. That was a little bit harsh, but we're fine. As you can see, my forces are absolutely going to slaughter. They will completely shred them from this distance, I'm pretty sure. And we could potentially do something with the cavalry as well. I mean, you could see here just how much damage we're capable of doing here. And if I can maybe kill some of these guys, I wouldn't be too adverse to that. It would be quite nice. Ah, hello. Ah, that was unfortunate. He knew what was happening. Okay, but yeah, I mean, look at how much damage we're doing. Look at this. It's actually insane how effective. This is exactly what I was talking about in the previous episode. The ability for ranged troops to be so dramatically effective just when you give them the right environment. If you give them the right environment, you give them the, well, this kind of layout, this kind of field battle layout where you have a relatively decent height advantage. It doesn't even have to be significant, you know, it just has to be a small little incline, and you can really take advantage of that massively to inflict this much damage. And look at how much, look at this. We've taken no damage whatsoever, basically. It is instant win. Really very, very simple in comparison to what you'd normally expect. And it's just funny, like I said in the previous episode, people act as though doing ranged only or anything like that is difficult, but no, not really. I mean, you can see there, it's not tricky at all. I think that the most difficult thing to do would be to literally just use like tier 1 units or something like that. Oh, that would be insanely difficult. But yeah, anyway, let's actually see what we can do here. I'm just gonna let him go, I guess. I don't really want to let him go though, because he is gonna come back, but then we're gonna have the opportunity to, I guess, kill him again or something like that. I'm gonna take a bunch of Vlandian Norta. That sounds really good. We can hopefully try to convert them to our side and actually have some really, really high tier crossbowmen absolutely slaughtering the opponent in every single way. We have some really nice gloves here. I'm actually not entirely sure if anyone really needs these. 1 armor increase. Yeah, no one really needs these that much. I guess we'll just give it to this guy. Yeah, there we go. Do we have anything else here that's actually somewhat decent? Yeah, this is good. Okay, nice. And we could give him some thrown weapons. I mean, he has basically nothing. He has no skills whatsoever, so I guess I should probably give him some thrown weapons just in case. Thrown weapons, as we've seen, are actually very damaging, even if you don't have any skill. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here, and I am actually going to have to leave the siege. I didn't really want to do that, but as you see, this army is right here. What is this guy doing? is right here, and they are very much up for grabs, I'm pretty sure. Shall we just let this guy go as well? I'm not entirely sure what to really do with these guys now, to be honest, because they are just kind of running into me. And, well, if I take them prisoner, what's actually going to happen with that? If I take them prisoner, I mean, it's just going to force them into a peace agreement just that much quicker, right? That's the main issue there. It's going to force them into the peace agreement, and it's going to be very, very sad indeed. Oh, they literally just... Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's interesting. I certainly wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, let's actually see what happens here, because I might be able to get a naval battle. It would be amazing. Wait a minute. Hello there. Are you allowing me to engage upon you, sir? If he allows me to do this, I will be... Okay. I was kind of hoping, right? I was kind of hoping, because that would have been super fun. Oh, we might be able to do something here. Hello. Okay. Are we faster? Why are we not faster than him? We should be much faster than he is. Okay. So it seems like we're going to have to wait around here. Heckard's army is also coming over. Yeah, so they're going to very, very obviously go in against Mr. Caladog here. And I feel like we probably should... Oh, hello. Okay. It seems like there was another battle going on somewhere nearby. And they actually... Whoa, they were too late! Did you see that? Oh, wow, that's hilarious. They were too late in going in to defend Verexand Castle, and now look at what has transpired. They are now in a situation where they are divided, and they are... Oh yeah, they are absolutely going to be destroyed. So before we do anything else, we should probably spec Mr. Palsor with well built. There we go. That's obviously going to be very, very useful for him. I know, it's only 5 HP, but it is actually going to make a bit of a difference in maintaining his survivability. Because of course, survival is the name of the game here. We want to try to make sure that everyone lives through almost every single battle. And, well, our medicine skill is very high right now, but it is indeed still not a 100% chance for us to reduce any kind of death, as we've seen, because of course Doctor's Oath does apply to our opponents, and they are still dying like no one's business. So it is very, very recommended to try to just not die in the first place. So hopefully we can have that kind of advantage here. I would love if these guys would actually come over here. I'm just gonna speed things up a little bit here. Yeah, we're not getting particularly lucky in this regard, so I think we're going to have to make the first move, which is not exactly great. I don't really want to do that. I really don't. So we'll see what we can do. Let's put this guy over here, these ones over here. I'm not a big fan of this, to be honest. This is not a great layout. Generally, I had a lot more confidence in the previous one, but I guess it's okay. I mean, we can try to do a little bit of damage here and there. It's not going to do that much, unfortunately. And the enemy is... Oh, okay, they're kind of scattered a little bit. Okay, alright. Maybe we can be a bit more aggressive. Possibly. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So far, it doesn't seem that likely that we're going to be able to do much here. We are... Oh, wait a minute. I might be baiting the enemy's cavalry into activating their charge. Oh yeah, this is actually not bad. Okay, I'm going to tell my cavalry to charge in now so that we can hopefully have them charge in against the enemy's cavalry. That would be the best way to go about it. Hopefully they are going to do that. Nice, a little bit of damage here. Okay, yeah, there we go. They're actually going in against the enemy's cavalry. That's perfect. And we are indeed... Oh no, Feya's going in there. Oh no, this is bad. I should probably tell her to go back. Yeah. Oh, she's getting kills. She's getting a bunch of kills. I'm actually very surprised. Okay, I'm going to tell her to get out of there now. And we're going to charge in a little bit, do some damage ourselves too. Because who are we to say that we should stay out of there? No. We should do some damage as well. We can't, we can't lead people without also taking a little bit of risks. Okay, here we go. Yeah, tell them to charge once again. Why not? Nice damage on that Vlandian Banner Knight, and these guys are just going to get absolutely shredded now. because obviously our forces are, infantry do have a huge number of thrown weapons. We have a lot of ranged capability in our archers, and indeed our cavalry are doing a relatively good job too. Of course, the Vlandians are going to have a massive amount of crossbowmen, so we do have to be a little bit careful of that because they can do a load of damage very, very quickly. So that's one thing to look out for, but I think we're probably going to be okay. I mean, so far it does seem relatively simple for us to survive these for some reason. I don't know why. I guess, I mean, not so much the previous battle. It's actually quite funny because the previous battle was a lot easier from a numbers perspective and maybe even from a quality perspective too. But look at that. We've actually killed one of them. We actually killed one of them. Did you see that? Romand is dead. He's actually dead right now. So, yeah. Really very surprising to actually see these things happen when, well, it's unlikely. Let's just say that. It's unlikely that they're going to die because I am obviously providing them with some kind of benefit from our medicine skill. I think we should probably tell everyone to charge in. We need to assist our cavalry here. Just a little bit. I'm thinking we might try to get the cavalry out of here, to be honest. I don't really want her to die. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I actually saw Thoman's name, and I thought he had died as well, but no. He's actually still alive. He just killed someone else. Okay, yes. Not too bad. We just need to make sure that we are consistently on top of these crossbowmen, and it doesn't really matter, as I say, whether we actually even kill them. What matters is just interrupting them from their business, maybe causing them to run away a little bit, reloading, so on and so forth. Try to, interrupt their actions. Because if we don't fully commit, then doing those kinds of things, interruptions and so on, that really does make a big difference too. Obviously, it would be ideal to kill them, but sometimes it's just not possible. But I think that's it. That is indeed a victory for us. We ended up losing 13 troops, which does seem to be about the average that we're having right here. And what? They both died! They both died! Wow, okay. I'm actually really surprised about that. I thought to myself, these guys were not dying. I mean, yeah, one guy, obviously, we saw him die. I didn't see the other fellow die, so that's pretty crazy. Okay. Yeah, just gonna let everyone else go, I guess. I mean, as I say, I should probably be taking them prisoner, but I don't want to do that because it's gonna force them into a peace agreement just that much quicker. Because, obviously, then they're going to feel as though they are extremely, extremely weak on the battlefield, and they're going to be more likely to, well, yeah, more likely to make peace, and it's going to be very annoying. So, yeah, anyway, there you go. That is very nice. A nice amount of loot as well. Great amounts of influence and renown too. And, of course, we have eliminated two very, reasonably strong vassals, reasonably solid. And let's just take a quick look here. Okay, so we are currently at 3,353 in terms of renown. We need another, well, 3,000, basically. It's going to take a long, long time, but that's okay. We don't really need to worry about that too much. Okay, so Athelian, she is currently staying at Rovolt. Now, it would be amazing if we could get... I'm actually not entirely sure... Yeah, I mean, I can't do that right now. I was going to think about creating our own faction or the ability to create our own vassals. We obviously can't do that yet. We need to create our own faction to be able to do that first, but we can't create our own faction because I feel like the best course of action would be to bide our time and to literally just take over the Botanians. So if there's any possibility of being able to do that, then it would be pretty cool. I don't know what this menu is here. I have no idea what this menu is here because it seems like it's blank. But, yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice if we could, yeah, maybe take over something here. Yeah, I'm actually going to see. Are there any people that... No. Okay, wow. What is actually... You see... What is this? They barely have any vassals. I mean, they do have 13... Ah, never mind. They have 13 parties in there. So I guess that I guess that's where they are. There's the answer then for you, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, let's go over to Ostrakan once again. Oh, are these guys going to be okay? Let's just do a little bit of an interference here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. I don't think. Yeah, he's not in here. That's kind of annoying. I'm not entirely sure. He's right there. Yeah, no. I can actually do something here. I might be able to actually... yeah, let's actually just do this real quick. No, he's actually not doing that. Okay, well, wait a minute. 2.9, he's moving at 3.3, so he is definitely going to get away. Now, the thing is... He's got 26 Banner Knights. I personally would prefer not to attack him. But I also feel like maybe we need to. I don't really want to do that, if I'm honest. You know what? I'm going to leave him. I'm going to leave him because, in general, he is probably going to get... I think he's probably going to get caught sometime soon. It does feel as though he's getting caught right now. Or very, very soon, at least. And what we're going to do, now that we've leveled up, is get another point in engineering. I know. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but... I'm going for all these intelligence social skills, which is kind of weird. Not entirely sure why I'd do that, but yeah. I do really want to try to level up my engineering skills super quickly here, so that's what I'm going for right now. And we will be just getting a bunch of trebuchets. Hopefully we can reduce the food supply in the garrison to about 6 days or so. I'm kind of hopeful that we won't get interrupted as viciously as we have in the very, very recent past. We are having a lot of people dying right now. And the Britannians are doing a fantastic job of actually capturing the Vlandian territories. So I don't think we need to worry super badly. But let's just keep an eye on things because, as you know, people, as we've seen in prior episodes, they can sneak up on us really quickly. So I'd like to try to avoid that if at all possible. Okay, let's get out the trebuchets. We will hope that I can level up my engineering skill really quickly here. We've got 5 days left only. 5 days left. That's extremely good, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if they make peace with us really soon, by the way. So that's going to be a problem in itself. Ah, hello. Okay, they're actually coming in. Okay, so the question is... are they actually going to come in? I think they probably will, right? Let's actually just... You know what? Okay, wait a second. Let's just do something real fast. Okay, plus 50% ammunition to troops while besieging. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so we're going to go very slowly here. Are they going to come in? And... They don't appear to want to do that. No, they're not actually coming in. Okay, interesting. Did they just give me Ormondfart? Ah, they gave me that, did they? Yes. Okay, they actually gave me that. That's very annoying. I can't give that away right now, so unfortunately we won't be able to manage it just yet. It seems like they're going over there. Okay, that's fine. If they get one more vassal, I think they're probably going to be pretty happy to engage upon us, but I really... Oh, wait. Oh, they're going in. Okay. So what they're going to do now is they're trying to get me in combat with the garrison as well as all of their troops. That's what they want to do. So from my perspective, the best course of action right here is to play a little bit. There we go. Okay, that is as close as I'm willing to really take it, I guess. And we are going to just do this. Gonna have to leave. Unfortunately, we were leveling up our engineering really nicely, and there you go, we got him. Okay, so that's absolutely perfect. Now we can go into a battle straight away here. I'm probably gonna go auto. I mean, not auto. I'm gonna go manual here because if I went automatic, I feel like we'd lose way too many troops, and I don't need to level up my medicine skill anymore. So doing auto resolve isn't really necessary unless I am going to be going into a battle that is a no-brainer and a super steamroll, you know, those kinds of things. But otherwise we're good, we're fine. Yeah, well, not so fine at the moment actually, because we are on a very flat battlefield. The environment over here could be kind of nice, but this is way too close to the opponent. Yeah, that might be a problem. All right, well, oh, actually, wait. This is seemingly quite nice. Okay. Actually, not bad. This is pretty cool. All right, yeah, let's go here. Let's get the infantry probably somewhere like this and get the archers here, maybe? Yeah, I actually don't know, to be honest. It feels to me like this is maybe not the best idea either, but I mean, you can see here the enemy is all the way over there. They're more than likely just going to stand there. So you know what? Let's actually move every single person over here. Let's get our horse archers to auto-delegate, because all they're going to do is just go round and round and round, and they're going to try to antagonize the opponent, try to bait them into some kind of charge. And I think that's perfectly fine with me, because I'm not a terribly big fan of, well, keeping these guys back and preventing them from doing what they're supposed to do. That is what they're designed to do, of course. So let's see if we can get my other forces to come over here. Wow, they're taking their sweet time, aren't they? Yeah, they're taking a very, very long time indeed. Okay, so where are the opponent is over there. Interesting. Okay, yeah, let's actually get my horse archers to come back here, because they're otherwise just going to die for free. I obviously don't want them to die for free. I'd like them to perform some kind of function. And you can see here that they are actually getting themselves murdered, which is not exactly great. But yeah, well, what can you do? Sometimes they're just not going to do what you want them to do, which is to stay out of reach and to inflict damage from range and just to be a nuisance. You know, that's what you want them to be. So yeah, it would be nice if they would continue to do that. I have way too many cavalry. I think I have way too many cavalry right now. But maybe that's actually good. You know, I think that might be a pretty good thing to have. Let's actually move these guys here. There we go, something like that. Put them into a loose formation. I think that the archers could probably benefit from that a little bit. And we're otherwise... Nice. Nice. Ooh, nope, not nice. Never mind. I was actually thinking we'd get another hit on that guy, but no such luck. Nice damage. All right, we actually took out one of the enemy vassals. Not amazing, because we didn't kill him, but that's okay. Don't need to worry about that too much. And if we can just do this... Okay, yeah, now what we're going to do is going to get our cavalry out to the left side here. And we're probably going to try to flank them. We're going to try to flank the enemy archers, if we can do that. It would be super nice, by the way, if we could get the enemy's cavalry to charge. If we could just get them to charge, just any old how. It doesn't matter how they do it, as long as we get them to commit to some kind of charge. Because then we could actually get our own forces to charge in, and then we could have a great time. But they are seemingly being quite irritating about that. So let's actually just do something like this. Yeah, I've got to be a little bit careful here as well. Okay, so let's get my cavalry over here. I want to try to get them onto level ground, at least a little bit. And then we can charge in from the side, as you can see right here. This is going to be an extremely good charge right here. Oh yeah, here we go. Maybe we can make it work. And now we can tell our infantry to charge in. Obviously, our cavalry are charging in already, so we don't really need to worry about that. We can actually reposition our archers a little bit, actually have them come that way. Maybe just make them be a little bit closer. We are going to lose quite a few people this time around, just purely because they do have some very high-tier units. And for me personally, I do feel as though they played this very, very well. I mean, you can very clearly tell that because they really just held position. They just held position. They had a lot of discipline in regards to their formation, and it did make a huge difference to their overall ability to just stay out of trouble. You know, that was it. And they really made everything work so much better for them as well. Because you can see here, look at this. We ended up losing a load of thrown weapon users. Obviously, thrown weapon users, they are kind of easier to level up than anything else. So I don't really mind losing too much of that, as well as the fact that obviously we are going to have the opportunity to, you know, convert prisoners and things like that. So that's really going to make a big difference too. And I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, so we can basically just tell everyone to charge in now. And we should be absolutely fine. Yep, there it is. Yep, wonderful. All right, so we did manage to do that. No one died, surprisingly enough. No one died, but this is now where the problem comes in here. Oh, okay, let's do an auto-resolve against them. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why we had that happen, but all right, okay, thank you. We got basically double the influence now, which is quite funny. But yeah, we are just going to let them go once again. As I said, we do not want to take them prisoner because that is going to make things a little bit uncomfortable when they make peace. It is more than likely that they're going to be making peace anyway, so it's probably not really going to make that much of an impact, but I kind of just want to make sure, you know, just in case that something like that actually, you know, causes some kind of big problem. I'd like it to be as smooth as possible and try to prevent their annoying peace agreements as much as we possibly can. We could potentially give Pallisaur a horse. I don't think he has any riding skill. He has extremely low riding skill, so that's probably not going to make that much difference. I'm thinking right now. The question is, do we want him to have anything? Speed. A Sumpter horse is the fastest that he can possibly have. Okay, that is pretty terrible. All right. Okay, yeah, we'll just take all of this. Oh, pretty nice helmet, actually. Pretty nice helmet. Everyone has better helmets than this, hilariously enough. Not entirely sure why, but yeah, they do. Yeah, all right. Let's just take everything, I guess. And now we have a bit of a problem, because obviously we do have a bunch of vassals nearby. I'm kind of wondering if I can I do battle against this? Yes, I can. Okay, we can actually do battle against this one as well. Let's just do a very, very quick and easy auto-resolve right there. Banner Knight, Imperial Sergeant. Okay, actually some pretty decent units to capture here as well. Not too bad. We have 260 remaining now. Okay, so that's really, really good. Now, if I... we might be able to make something work here. Okay, let's go into the siege again. Now, I'm a bit worried. You know what? I'm actually not going to do that right now. I did get to 100 engineering, which is kind of nice. But what we're going to do is we're going to just wait a little bit of time just to kind of make sure that my HP is, well, shall we say our troops' HP is back up to scratch, because otherwise, you know what's going to happen? They're going to absolutely get slaughtered. We are going to have some kind of engagement by the garrison themselves, and I'd like to try to prevent that from happening. So we are just going to... Oh, I would have liked to have gone and attacked this guy. Can we actually make it? Yes, we can. Nice. Okay, great. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, eliminate him. Is he dead? I don't know whether he died or anything like that, but yeah, we can only hope that he kind of is. Because Hecard is obviously one of the stronger... Oh, he did die! Okay, he actually died! That's hilarious. Okay, that's great. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, so we are just going to go back in here now that we have a few more troops. Unfortunately, they did get some resupplied. Not reinforcements, but resupplied. And we'll see if we can maybe build a couple of siege engines. I've got to be a little bit careful here as well, just in case there is a massive army appearing out of nowhere. We don't want that to happen again, catching us unawares. I am going to have to be very careful of this as well. We want to make sure that we don't... Wait a minute. I just received 115,000. What did I receive 115,000 from? I guess because they... Yeah, I guess because we forced them into a peace agreement. But yeah, that's very sad, isn't it? Isn't that really, really sad that we literally had... Basically, we had them dead to rights, almost. We had them dead to rights. We were very nicely off right there. Doing extremely, extremely nicely. So I'm not entirely sure really what we can do here, but I guess we'll just get rid of however much we can, and then we'll see what we can do. Let's see. What else do we want to do here? Decrease relationship? No. Increase morale? Yeah, I guess we'll probably do that. There we go. Okay, so unfortunate that they did have to make peace there. That's one of the reasons why it would be really, really nice if we could take over the faction in some way or another. But yeah. Anyway, our first birthday for our granddaughter. I think it is a girl. I think so. Let's go for. Should we go for intelligence or vigor? I think we'll go vigor here. Just go for double vigor right there, I guess. And we'll see. What else can we do? Well, I'm assuming we're probably going to be attacking the Western Empire very, very soon. But Ostrakan would be amazing if we could take that. That would be so, so nice. Oh, hello. Trade agreement. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to spend a little bit here. I should probably go and manage our town, shouldn't I? That's something that I haven't managed in quite some time. We are making massive money from it, but yeah, I should probably go and manage that real fast. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, it's been quite some time, by the way. I've just been waiting pretty much at Roval this entire time because, well, there's not much to do, actually. There isn't much to do. I could potentially go and fight some Sea Raiders and stuff like that, but generally, I'm not sure whether that's even really worthwhile. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to get a trade convoy. I'm going to try to put it with better troops and everything, and we're going to have Athlian actually doing this. This is going to be our daughter going on the ocean waves. Hopefully she's going to do a relatively good job. I don't really care whether she makes profit. That does not matter to me. What matters is her leveling up. I want to try to make sure that she is as good as possible in regards to her stats. Obviously, I did give her a little bit, a couple of points in trade skill. And I'm kind of thinking, yeah, you know what? Actually, that might be pretty cool. Now, I can only hope that she's not going to get attacked or anything like that, because it is obviously very high chance for her to actually be eliminated. And it would be amazing if she could just avoid that for the moment, at the very least. And we have yet another marriage agreement, or a marriage proposal, shall we say. Now, unfortunately, as you can see right here, most of the time, it is literally her joining the other person's faction, and or clan, and that is not exactly great. I don't really want to do that because that means we're losing a clan member and an opponent is gaining one, so it's obviously not exactly great, right? No, we don't want that. As you can see, there we go. She actually has already 3 points in this, which is really, really crazy. So we're going to be going for carry capacity. I guess we'll go for that. Local connection, that sounds pretty nice. Shall we just get her some more? Yeah, let's just get her some more social, get her some more trade, just max out her trade skill as much as possible, because she's obviously going to be getting, well, she's going to be doing that for a significant amount of time if she does not get captured or anything like that. So I think that sounds pretty good. Let's go behind this guy massively and just pump a huge amount of influence into him. That sounds like a good idea. And we're otherwise now at war against the Western Empire. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Now, I am going to go over to Oxhall. I am very low in terms of food. For some reason, Roval doesn't really have that much variety. They mostly only have grain, and that's it. So, not exactly amazing for us right there. As you can see, Oxhall has slightly better stuff, so kind of happy about that. There we have it. And we can now make our way out of there. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, no. We're going to do this one. 20 renown, 200 influence. That's obviously fantastic. We are getting the devious trait again. But that's obviously fine. I don't really have too much of a problem with that at the moment. Let's go and do this, do that, do this. And there we go. We're back up to full army capacity. We have 250 in leadership. Pretty nice. We can now get plus 10 to party size or plus 1 to companion limit. For me personally, I believe Talent Magnet is just so much better. The unfortunate thing is, I'm not entirely sure what the secondary ability of We Pledge Our Swords actually does. Because look at this. Plus 1 battle morale at the beginning of the battle for each tier 6 troop in the party. Up to 10 morale. Now, that's obviously a pretty simple explanation, right? Yeah, we know exactly what it does, but why is this here? What is this? You know, this doesn't really do that much, because tier 6 troops, sure, okay, absolutely fine, but there are many, many other ways that you can get battle morale for free without having to have tier 6 troops. So it's a little bit strange. Like, for example, look at this, Great Leader. It literally just gives me plus 5 battle morale to troops at the beginning of a battle. instantly without me having any prerequisites whatsoever. And the same thing to the secondary effect, which is +5 battle morale to troops that are of the same culture as you. So if you are using a bunch of Botanians and you're a Botanian, then you're going to get +5 battle morale immediately. So if you take Great Leader, that is 10 battle morale instantly without having any kind of, you know, big prerequisite like having a tier 6 unit or anything like that. So for me personally, I can see the vision. I understand I understand the design behind this and the reason why, you know, they might have decided to do something like this. But I personally believe that this is not that good. I think that what we should have here instead is probably some kind of depletion for the opponent's morale instead of improvement for our own, right? Because what we ideally want to do is we want to cause the opponent to retreat. We want them to retreat as fast as possible. And any perks that provide you with the ability to do that faster, they are great and really, really amazing in my book. Anyway, we'll take Talent Magnet because that does give us that small extra little bit of party size. And we're going to be going for Traveling Rumors, Workshops, Traveling Rumors, I guess that sounds fine. But yeah, we're going to make our way on over to, I guess, Garantor Castle. We could, I suppose, try to take that if we wanted. I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what's actually going to happen if everyone starts dying. Okay, so there we go. Our daughter-in-law is now pregnant again, which is pretty nice. That's good. Should we try and take Ortesia? I have a bad feeling about doing this, to be honest. I'm not sure why I have a bad feeling about it, but it feels a little bit unlikely. Let's just say that. It feels a little bit unlikely that we'd be able to do it, but who knows? Okay, there we go. We now have a little bit of extra space there. There we are. Just take these guys. There we are. Okay, fantastic. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to take... Oh, wow. This is also pretty bad. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wait. Arostocoros. Okay, he's going to Arostocoros. That's 2,000. He has 2,000 people right there. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to just go here. Going to try to level up my engineering skill a little bit more, and hopefully we're not going to have any major issues. All I really want to do is just level up my engineering right now. And if I have to do a somewhat safer siege, then I suppose that's fine. If we do get into a battle, by the way, in a siege, if I am actually capable of going into the siege, then I would love to be able to use my two-handed. Use my, I think it's called the Reaper Sword or something like that. Use the Reaper Sword in two-handed formation. That would be super, super fun. Because it's one of those Falx weapons, which I personally really enjoy seeing. And I know for a fact that they're very, very damaging. Okay, so the question is, do we want to fight these guys? They have Imperial Archers. Well, that's not particularly good for them, is it? I'm not sure why would they want to go... Oh, no, he's running away from me. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I don't really want to fight him right now, if at all possible. I would like to be able to do a little bit of waiting just until we have lost our disorganized state. Can I actually do that? There we go. Okay, so now he's actually running for... Why is he running from it? It's because he wanted to get me in the garrison, isn't it? He wanted to get the garrison to come out and actually fight us. I'm almost 100% certain that that's what he wanted to do. Okay, so we have 100 additional troops than he has. This should be an extremely easy fight, right? Right? Shouldn't it be a very easy fight? No. No, because he's the one with more than 100. Yes. He's the one with 100 more troops than we do. So, yeah, okay. So that's maybe that's going to be a little bit problematic. But this is a nice battlefield. Not too complicated. Should be pretty easy for us. Let's go with this. Just going to go auto-delegate with those guys. And, yeah, that's a lot of people. Not a terribly big fan of this. Maybe I can... Nice headshot. Yep. Nice. Nice. Okay, there we go. That's what we like to see. Can I get another one? Yes, I can. Yeah, let's go for some nice little... Oh, nice. Okay, I hit some fellow's horse. Sorry about that. Didn't really want to do that. I kind of wanted to kill him instead, but, you know, it happens. What is actually going on with my thrown weapons right now? I don't actually know. Okay, well, whatever the case, I am actually hitting quite a few people right now. Let's actually see. Okay, the enemy is all the way over there, so let's put these guys around about here, put them into a nice little loose formation. I think we should be fine here now. The enemy is among us, but the funny thing is, I'm not sure whether they know that this is bad for them. They don't seem to particularly understand that them being right next to us here is a death sentence. Because despite them being horse archers, they are not the highest quality horse archers, and as a result, as you see here, there are many, many deaths incoming. And they will continue to take damage until they are 100% dead and lying on the ground. So, yeah, kind of interesting. Ah, I see. Okay, so that's the reason why they haven't really done much, because they're just kind of waiting for their cavalry to do something. Okay, we're going to have a bit of a problem here, potentially. Okay, let's actually just see what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to tell my cavalry to charge in now. Okay, I'm just being very, very defensive here right now. And if we can get my forces to the top of this hill here and maybe distract these guys somewhat, I should have a very good advantage. Okay, yeah, nice. Okay, our cavalry's coming in. They're going to be the distraction for our archers to get into a nice position. And then they're going to be able to hopefully destroy every single one of these archers. At least that's the hope. Again, I'm just trying to distract them as much as I can. Let's tell our infantry to charge in here. And our archers can go here. And then we should be fine. Or at least I hope so. Let's try to tell them to face the enemy's direction. Thank you very much. They don't seem to really be doing that. Okay. No, we're good. We're fine. We are going to be taking quite a few casualties because that's just the way it goes. But, you know, otherwise, apart from that, I think we are going to be victorious. Obviously, they did have a huge number of mercenary troops like Outriders and gallant, gallant sword sisters or something like that. So generally, yes, while they are solid-ish units, they really don't have the same kind of power that our forces tend to have at this point in the game, just because we are doing so much damage with our high-tier units. They just basically outclass everything. Britannia and Fian champions obviously are exceptionally good. They are some of the best ranged troops, if not the best ranged troops in the game. It very much depends on what kind of, well, what kind of use case you need for them, for me personally, because Britannia and Fian champions in certain situations are going to be worse than, for example, Imperial Sergeant Crossbowmen or Vlandian Norters or something along those lines, because generally crossbows are really, really good. Of course, they will do consistent damage almost all the time, and they don't expend their ammunition extremely fast either. Of course, it very much, as I said before, depends on your personal preference as well. It is really, you know, that's the funny thing. On paper, right? On paper and statistics-wise, yes, Britannians are the best, right? Britannian Fian champions are the best archers in the game. But as I say, it depends on the use case, in my opinion. It depends on what you want them for. If you want them for extended sieges and things like that, it might be difficult to actually utilize them effectively because they just use their arrows so fast in comparison to the crossbowmen. Anyway, that is going to be it for us and our victory here. I'm just going to speed things along a little bit. And that is it. There we go. Very, very nice. Wonderful victory there. How much did we get? We got only 44. I feel like we should have gotten more renowned for that, but there you go. All right, well, it's okay. Nice. A decent amount of leadership skill too. I'm actually quite surprised we got so much leadership there, but yeah, okay. Now we can just basically leave these guys, or shall we say let them go. And we'll take everyone else. Ooh, nice. A huge number of relatively high tier troops right there. So pretty nice with that. We could go for some more of these, could go for more of those. Yes, more of these. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, that's actually extremely, extremely nice. And now what we can do, level up all those guys and then just capture every single one of these, or shall we say convert them. And boom, look at that. Back up to full strength. instantaneously, which I have to admit I very much enjoy. I love doing that kind of thing, because now look at us. Now, after this battle, you would have thought, oh yes, we're going to have to run away and all that stuff. No, 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 we don't. We don't have to run away. We can actually just be... we can just be around here, and obviously we do have a little bit of, you know, a couple of wounded troops and things like that, so that obviously is a bit annoying, but that's okay. A trade agreement with the Northern Empire, that's obviously fine. Trade agreement with the Sturgians, that's obviously fine too. Let's just go back to Lagata real fast. Ah, here we go, we have another one of these. Once again, it is going to be a case of her joining someone else, which I don't really want to do, thank you. So we will then instead just hold out for something better. You know, just hold out for something better. Hopefully that's going to come along at some point soon. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. As you can see, Caladog has just taken Arostochorus Castle, and I'm hopeful that he's actually going to continue this wonderful, wonderful siege spree. He seems to be doing a very, very good job almost every single time we go on a campaign, and he's still alive, which I'm very surprised at. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.